If you have not yet secured your Wi-Fi connection, you might want to do that after this interview. Experts are warning hackers are taking advantage of this pandemic to launch cyber attacks so they can steal money, spread misinformation. With a closer look at this issue and how you can protect yourself, I'm joined by Daniel Tobak. He's the CEO of Cyberattacks. Good to have you with us this morning.
Hi, good morning, Anne. Thanks for having me on.
Well, before the pandemic, you said your company typically dealt with around 70 to 80 issues a month. Now that number is in the hundreds. Why is the pandemic and how is the pandemic fueling this increase in cyber attacks?
Absolutely. It's a little sad to see, but what's happening is you see a lot of cyber criminals taking advantage of uncertain times and panic in society. What is happening is as more workers are migrating to working remotely, what we're seeing today is almost a 90+% workforce working from home. The bad guys are finding new ways to get into corporate and digital assets, such as your laptop or computer that you're using to do work on. I mean, what's happening is when you're coming into the workplace, there's a certain level of security that is there already to protect you when you're logging on. Unfortunately, when you're working remotely, this was really never part of the plan of having a secure Wi-Fi, which is where the bad guys are finding lots of vulnerabilities and in a way easier to access digital assets.
So then what can we do as we are mandated to work from home, many of us? What can we do to protect ourselves?
So I think it's very important both from company-wide policies and your own policies is actually to verify your Wi-Fi connection. 68% of households today still have the default password logged on their Wi-Fi and their router from their actual telco provider. So it's important to at least change those defaults that are widely available for sale on the dark web. So we need to take a bit of precautions, understanding that the bad guys might try to actually penetrate or find vulnerabilities in the laptop or computer, but it's actually the Wi-Fi that is the weakness.
Many households are using Zoom as one of the conferencing apps as a way to stay in touch with people. Even our federal politicians did it very recently. But Zoom is also facing some class action lawsuits because of security issues.
So there's been some vulnerabilities found with Zoom. I will just say they're legitimate, they're fixing them, they're creating patches. What's happening today with a lot of cyber criminals, Zoom is definitely a way for them to access and record and listen, but it's a lot easier for them to find vulnerabilities in other access points, again, such as the Wi-Fi or unpatched computers. So you have to be careful. I find that in general, all video conferencing tools out there, Zoom and other providers, all have certain levels of vulnerabilities that are floating out there. So you're never 100% secure. So caution is very important. Wi-Fi, believe it or not, is really one of the easiest ways for cyber criminals to actually access networks and digital assets.
Yeah, a big concern, especially as both parents and in a lot of households, students as well are also logging in online. Daniel Tobak, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.